Hi guys, we're making this video today just to show you the body handling exercises that we recommend that you do with all of your puppies. We have a lot of patients that come in that are really anxious, fearful, or even aggressive about basic types of body handling, such as nail trimming, cleaning the ears, vaccinating or drawing blood. And there's a lot of dogs in the world that are not even comfortable letting their owners clean their ears or trim their nails. This can be a really difficult problem to deal with once you have it, but thankfully it's super easy to prevent. If you take just a minute or two once a day to do these basic exercises, you will end up with a dog that's pretty much relaxed with any type of handling. So we're going to have our little friend here help us show you guys how to do this. Okay. So you need to get some nice tasty treats. You can also use your puppy's kibble if they haven't had their meal. And we're just going to spend a little time getting our puppy used to handling. To start with, here's your food. There we go. I'm going to let her snack on some food while I start by just petting her and reaching down and lifting up her tail. She seems very comfortable with that. Good girl. You want some more cheese? Excellent. I'm now going to look in both of her ears. Look in her ear. Look in her other ear. You can kind of poke around in there. You can have the puppy snack on the food while you're doing the handling. So I've got the cheese in my hand, and while she's eating, I'm looking in her ears, which doesn't bother her at all, and kind of handling her. I'm going to go ahead and lift her lip here if she'll let me while she's eating. Look at those little teeth. Yes. Good girl. Ready? What do you think? Right here. And lift your lip. Don't fall off the table. Yes. Good girl. Not too worried about that. We want to have dogs where you can handle their mouth. That one can take a little while, so you want to get them used to that. Here, you can finish that handful up. So one of the other things that you want to practice is the most fun, which is picking up and squeezing your puppy. You want to make sure that your puppy does not panic if their emotions are confined. So pick your puppy up and give them a little hug and a squeeze, and then release and reward if they weren't eating the entire time. If your puppy seems stressed and starts squirming during that process, it's really important that you don't put them down while they're squirming. If you put the puppy down when they're squirming, they learn that squirming works and they get released, and they will squirm even more next time. The other option would be to let them snack on some cheese or a snack while you hold them. Give them a little squeeze them a little tighter. Good job. We're not fussed at all. If you do have a puppy that's nervous and squirming, hold on to them, stay relaxed, and move with them, but don't let them go, and wait for them to relax. As soon as they stop squirming, even for a moment, then you can release them. And the puppy has just learned that staying calm and relaxed is the way to get put down or released. If you have a puppy that truly panics when you pick them up and try to restrict their movements a little bit, then you know that that's a puppy you'll have to spend a little more time working with. One of the other big areas that we want to work on is those feet. We have a lot of dogs that don't like having their nails trimmed. So while our puppy is snacking on some cheese, we're picking up her foot and touching her toes. She really does not care about that, which is excellent. If you handle their feet the way we're going to show you just once a day, you'll have a dog you can probably trim nails on for the rest of their life, which is really, really helpful. So picking up the foot, good girl. Touching the foot, I'm really sort of squeezing on these toes, pushing on her toenails, tapping her toenails. She does not care at all. We're going to try another foot here. Picking up a back foot. She really doesn't care. Squeezing her toes. Very good. The next step in the toes would be to actually use the nail trimmers to tap her toenails. You don't have to go right to trimming their nails if you're not comfortable. That can be something your veterinarian can do. Yes, I have more food right here. But even just getting them used to seeing the nail trimmers and sort of tapping the nail trimmers against their toenails can be very helpful. So while your puppy is snacking on the cheese, just tapping the toenails, tap, 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 tap. Does not care at all. Good girl, you are almost done. So as you can tell, for our little puppy, she was pretty comfortable with almost all of this handling. The only time she was a little squirmy was when I was handling her mouth. And so we'll come back and see. She's a little squirmy. Yes, good girl. Yes. After we do that a couple of times, she starts to relax and realize that we're not going to do anything to hurt her. Now I can put my fingers in her mouth. She's not fussed about that at all. So if you're doing this at home and you notice that there is an area that your puppy gets a little anxious about, that's a good sort of awareness to have, that that may be more stressful for them, and we would recommend doing a little more work with them. Before we put our little puppy friend away here, we're going to run through everything one more time. Good girl. We're touching, lifting the tail, looking in both ears. We're going to lift her lip. Good girl. We're going to pick up her feet and touch her toes. Oh, and she doesn't care. And then we're going to pick her up and we're going to squeeze her so she can't move for a second. Yes, and we're going to reward her. That whole process takes about 30 seconds if you're not trying to film it and make it an educational video. And it'll be the best 30 seconds of prevention you do with your puppy ever. If you have any questions, feel free to contact any of our staff members. Thank you.